You know, guys, if I had $1 for every time I heard someone say mindfulness does not work for me, not during benzo withdrawal, I can't meditate. And of course, I look further into that and I say, well, what kind of mindfulness are you doing? What's your approach to meditation? And they always say something to the effect of, well, I can't stop my thoughts, or the more I try to stop my thoughts, the more wound up they get, the more rambunctious they get. And that's where we go wrong, right? Because mindfulness or Zen meditation is not about stopping your thoughts. It really is the biggest misconception of meditation, and somehow it continues to thrive, this idea. People are they're not making it up. It's somebody's teaching it. This idea that meditation is to stop your thinking. But think about this in life. Meditation or mindfulness is not just a technique. It's not like deep breathing, where you practice deep breathing, but the goal isn't to deep breathe all day, right? I mean that's not the goal. We're not supposed to be driving to work doing breathing exercises, and at work we're doing breathing exercise. I mean, it's not practical. And also, that would be just daunting to have to breathe slowly all day in order to manage your anxiety. I mean, who would want to do that? But mindfulness is designed to be a state of consciousness that you can and should be in all day long. I mean, it really is. I mean, if you look at Buddhist texts, Hindu texts, Zen, pretty much every profound teaching in the East, for roughly the last 6,000 years, that is the goal, to live in a mindful state, to live in a state of intense presence, to be able to use your mind when you want to use your mind, versus what's happening now, where every one of us, and really every one of us, live with this incessant talking, usually very negative voice. And I saw a study, well, actually it wasn't a study, but it's a meme kind of going around Facebook and different social media groups. You've probably seen it. And it says something to the fact that 25% of people in the world live with an incessant voice in their head. And that's not true. It's 100% of the people in the world live with an incessant voice talking in their head. That's the way the ego works. And I don't even mean ego in the sense of some kind of throwback to, traditional Zen Buddhism. I mean your ego, our personality thrives in order to maintain its own kind of balance. It has to engage in thoughts. And that creates a problem because the thoughts are always on the future. It's on the past. It's really a neurotic hiccup that we develop growing and evolving as children until adulthood. And things, this was supposed to be something that we evolved through, but most of us don't, right? Now, incessant thoughts are going to be there. Hear that. For the most part, incessant thoughts will be there, meaning, we will always have that stream of just thoughts and reactions unconsciously, but we can definitely enhance our presence and really learn to live in a state that's much more present. That, as I said earlier, is a state where we have more control of our thoughts. If we want to think about something, we think about it, but we're not driving to work, let's say, just going crazy, going, God, I can't shut this voice up in my head. And this voice that is so negative, so self-critical, right? So mindfulness is not stopping your thoughts. It's just sort of making peace with them. It's stopping or removing the judgmental part of it. If you're brushing your teeth and you're looking in the mirror and you say, you know what, I'm going to take a moment to practice mindfulness. Just right now, I'm just going to brush my teeth. I'm going to, step one, I'm going to become aware. I'm aware that I'm brushing my teeth right now. That's step one. Step two, I'm going to let go of any judgment. Meaning, so if you're brushing your teeth, you're aware, you're looking in the mirror, you don't go, God, look at these, look at these lines on my face. Oh my God, my skin looks like trash. Look at these, look at these bags under my eyes. Ugh. Don't get caught in that game, right? Because then that thought always leads to more self-critical thoughts. It goes from brushing your teeth and being aware of it to looking at the bags under your eyes, to then wondering, oh my God, what is this drug doing to my body? To then wondering, will I ever get off this drug? To then wondering, what if I don't get off this drug? And then and the thoughts keep going, right? So that little trigger of just looking in the mirror, trying to be aware, that judgment is what sends in motion probably the next potentially could be the next hour or two where you're walking around now and, entertaining this internal dialogue about your deteriorating health and what that means on your future and all the things you've lost in the past now. If you really observe your thoughts, and it's a great exercise to just first start to become more aware. That's all you have to do, my friends. And you can do that right now. You're aware right now. As I'm talking, you might let your vision look around the room. Look at that picture. Look out the window. You see that tree? Look at the bird. You hear the sounds. You feel maybe the wind moving from the ceiling fan. It's just adding little moments like that, and they're not meant to be sustained all day long or through some, an hour or something to that effect. They're really at the beginning. It's just meant to be little fleeting moments of awareness, but you sprinkle them into your day. Right? You washing the dishes. You take a few moments to become aware. Or you're taking a shower, you're brushing your teeth, you're sitting on the couch, you look out the window. You just find moments and start practicing awareness just a little bit. And again, become aware, don't judge anything. And that's the compulsion. That's the part that keeps us locked in to our incessant thinking. And this is important. And for some reason, these talks on mindfulness are the ones that are the least received, the least well received on my channel. But they're so important because everybody who's writing me and reaching out to me and asking me, what do I do about rumination? And this is it. I don't mean it as in the only option, but it's the main option. Find out, why are those thoughts there? And you might think, well, because of benzos. No, those thoughts were there before benzos. Benzos just cranked up the dial. Maybe they were spinning in your mind already on some pervasive level, maybe 50 miles an hour. Okay, now they're going 200 miles an hour. But look at the genesis of it. Why are those thoughts there? What are they fixated on and why? And if you really dive deep into it, you will see there's a judgment. There's a judgment. There's a sense of identifying with those thoughts, right? There's an unconscious, automatic mechanism at play. We ruminate because it's self-soothing. We ruminate because we think we're looking for answers. But really, it's just the same process. So learn to stop judging your thoughts once you become aware. And the 3 steps to mindfulness are this: become aware, stop judging, and become vulnerable, become open, let go, in other words. And the conundrum there is all 3 of those things, they sound like steps. Okay, first I'll become aware, then I'll let go of judgment, and then I'll finally become open. But really, it's kind of a triad, guys. If you became open right now, you would become aware. But to become open, you have to remove judgment. Okay, so let's start with judgment. Okay, I'm going to not judge this moment. I'm becoming open. And inevitably, there's a sense of awareness that comes. Or we can start with awareness. Okay, I'm going to become aware. I'm here. Oh, now I'm going to let go of judgment. Oh, wait, to let go of judgment, I have to become open, right? You see, so they kind of work in a sense that I guess you could look at it going from one to one, but really they're so closely intertwined that they almost have to happen collectively. But you can hit that from each angle. You could try and see what works best for you. Maybe becoming aware and then surrendering to everything else is your path. Then again, maybe, like I said, just practicing no judgment will bring that openness, which will bring that awareness. Or just practicing being open, right? So again, mindfulness, Zen meditation, Zen, the goal is not to suppress thoughts. It's not to remove thoughts. Thoughts will come and go. It's like saying, I'm going to take all the clouds out of the sky. It's not important. It's when you look up at the clouds in the sky and say, that one looks like, insert this person in my life that treated me bad, that makes me feel less, that then made me not believe in myself, which then led to me being sad or anxious, which then led to, a myriad of self-destructive, self-sabotaging, self-defeating thoughts. So don't judge, guys. Become aware. That's step 1. and just practice that. That's enough. And if that's not working for you, move on to no judgment. And if that's not working for you, try to become open and aware. But remember, mindfulness is all three of those things.